What's going on, everyone? We back. We back. We took a little break real quick, but hey, yo, Zig, look, I want to show you something real quick. A little throwback.
So cool. Yeah.
All right, so that was a record
Wow.
that me and Zig did like 10 years ago.
Wow. And it still
Man,
sounds fresh.
it still sounds hard, huh? So we did, that was one of the records that we did. We did another record, Stay. Man, we did a lot of records, bro. Like, I love it, man. Like I said.
And you want to say so crazy about that is like during the time when I was in hiatus, when we were talking prior, when I
Okay.
was by myself, I did a lot of features, brother. I did I think I've done so many features now that I can literally say if the good Lord takes me that I have a new song for at least through 3 years every day. You can play a new song every day that I've done with somebody. The reason why I did that was, first of all, I was going through financial problems trying to get shows and different things. So I was trying to stay alive, and I would do features. And and sometimes I would lowball myself. People would be like, "Yo, Zig, why do you charge this much or this, that?" Uh, you should be charging more and for whatever. I never really looked at it. Yeah, I never really looked at it as like I wanted to make a lot of money off of that. I think I wanted it more of the exposure, and being able to get paid for it's cool, but I get more from, because let's say how many people did you show that song to, and how many people gravitated to it?
Man, I showed everybody that song, man. Like that was on iTunes, on everywhere, man. So I showed a lot of people that song, and they loved it.
So I think that's what I got out of it. I got to get promotion from you. You promoted a piece of me that maybe people didn't know, or they were like, I didn't even know he rapped like that, or I didn't know he
I didn't even
did
know he was doing
features
features.
or doing beats or whatever. And like I said, I got a lot of flack from the industry cats. A lot of the industry cats were like, more on like, why do you sell yourself short? But at the same time, it's like the hood love that I got out of it is priceless. Like,
Right.
yeah, I could be known as the rapper that charged, 5,000 a verse, 1,000 a verse, whatever it be. And then I could be just remembered that way.
Right.
Or I could be remembered as the guy like, hey man, that guy worked with my budget. I looked at him like he was way up here, and he came and he was humble, and he kicked it with us. Like, I get that out of that. The only time that I hate doing features for people that lowball me is when they use it against me. I've had people where they've done features and they're like, oh yeah, Zig, I only have this much, dog. Can you do it for me, bro? And I'm like, yeah, I'm cool, I got you. And then I'll do it for them. And then later on hear that, I got Zig for that much. Why am I gonna pay him this much? And that's what hurt. So I stopped doing features because of that. I started finding out little by little, a lot of people were like that. They were taking the low ball price, me thinking that I'm showing love, and then all of a sudden they're making fun of me in a sense. They're like, oh, I get Zig for a fucking joint in a 12 pack. And that bothered me. That made me think like, then why did you call me?
Right.
I didn't call you looking to get on your song. I never said, hey, dog, I got a song. Here you go. This is you. Unless somebody asked for me to produce a record, it's different. But other than that, I've never asked to be on anybody's song. I've always been asked, and I try to make it affordable to the artist.
So look, I want to let everybody out there know the way that me and you came about. So it was, like I said, it was over like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And you didn't know who I was. you know, or nothing like that. I actually reached out to you. I want to say it was on I think it was on MySpace.
That was MySpace.
Yeah, it was MySpace. So I reached out to you and I was like, look, man, I didn't come at you like, hey, I'm a fan, or you know, like, right. Like, even though obviously, you know, I'm a fan, but I came at you correct in a way, and correct me if I'm wrong, was like, hey, look, I got a song. I would love for you to be featured on it, you know. And honestly, bro, I didn't think you were gonna respond back. So when you actually did respond back, I was like, whoo, all right, let's make this happen. So when going back to like how you said, like, you know, the whole budget thing, stuff like that. I asked you, you gave me a number. I didn't negotiate. I didn't do none of that.
Nope.
I was like, all right, cool, let's get it. You know, and right away it happened. The first one was Stay, and then the second one was So Bad. I hit you up on that one, and it was the same thing, Love. So to me, I've always thought about it like business is business.
Oh yeah, of course.
You
Now,
know,
don't get me wrong. Like I like the there's that side of me that says charge more, bro. This is what you're worth. You know, yes, don't lowball yourself. And then there's that other side of me that has love for you artists that say, well, what if that 300-400? What if I'm charging 1,000, right? Charging 1,000 for a verse, and that's what that dude is paying his rent with. He's paying his family with. He's trying to feed his family with, and he's gambling. He's gambling that $1,000 that hopefully that song is going to change his life or do something for him that's going to maybe bring and flip that $1,000. I think like that. I thought about the other artists. I thought about their pockets and thinking like, well, I don't want to hurt nobody's pockets in the sense of I don't want to be known like that dude. And like I said, it did two things for me. The first thing it did is it gave me promotion throughout the United States and around the world. Like I done features for people all over the world. Right. So at least I got that. Second of all, I still got paid for it. It's not like I didn't get no money out of it, and it's not like they were burning me. So I think if anything, it was better for me to do it the way I did it. Instead of saying, well, yeah, because I'll be honest, I still have people to this day that have gotten features from me a while back, and I still sometimes honor the price that I gave them because I say, man, you've been there for me at a time when I needed you. And I mean, to be honest, I'd rather make $1,000 doing 2-3 verses than getting just one verse done for $1,000 and then maybe never see that artist again. And they'll be like, I'm done with Zig. He's cool. He did it for me. And I'm done. I'm got that. I think what I do is I spark a relationship with people. And then little by little, it just, okay. So now I have 20 artists that are on the payroll in a sense that will pay me what I ask, and it's every other week or every other day, and now I have a job in a sense. So that's what that gave me.
You said it right on the spot. You said it right there. Like you build relationships. Look at 10 plus years. Let's fast forward.
Look at where
we're at right now.
Exactly. You know, I think where I'm at is I don't want to be known as that rapper that, because they were always telling me like, oh, Zig, you're giving too much of yourself. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, if I have it in me to rap all these verses and rap all these songs, then it's in me. Who are you to tell me to limit me? Like, you don't know my limit. I know my limit. So a lot of these verses, bro, and maybe a lot of them will never see the light because these artists don't push the song, but at least they know they got 100 from me. And I did everything I could in order to make that song whatever it's going to be. Now, moving on into the present, like now I'm producing more. I'm writing more music for people. I'm starting a clothing company, basing it off of my son. My son he's 6 years old right now. I think by the time he's 8 years old, he's going to be groomed into something beautiful. But right now I'm molding him to understand what having your own thing is, having your own shirt, your own pair of pants. Hopefully one day we get a shoe deal. I'm all about clothing the youth to empower them, to make them feel better about themselves. The reason why I got here to where I'm at right now, AJ, is because I've always had that self-love, that self-discipline, that self-respect. Somewhere along the line, I lost it. I know I did when I was growing up, but knowing my worth, knowing what I was worth, we're all worth something, brother. You, your children, your wife, your mom, your dad, your friends, my everybody in this world is worth so much, but they lose their worth along the line of life because maybe what you were bullied, then you gave up. If I would have gave up at the time when they were calling me a faggot because I was singing in the choir, I played in the band, they called me a weirdo, they called me a nerd. I was told that I was gay because I sang in the choir with a tuxedo. Yeah, I had to wear a tuxedo. But if you would look at my feet, I had my Converse on. You know what I mean? Like I was trying to keep a little bit of hood. And then I started dancing. I started breaking. But then I wasn't just learning that type of dance. I learned jazz. I learned ballet. I learned a lot of different things. So imagine being a young Chicano kid and then all your peers see you in school and then they see you in the dance class and then they're just sitting there talking shit while you're in the fucking dance class and they're like, yo, what the fuck's up with this shit? And I'm like, no, this is just like if you're gonna follow a music career, you have to follow certain classes to get to that point.
Exactly. And I agree with you on that, man. Cause look, like me, myself, I was born and raised in Sacramento, right?
Yeah.
In Northern California.
Sacktown.
So I was born and raised in Sacramento. Then we had to get up and move to Lancaster, California. That's that hat right here, Lancaster. So it's about 45 minutes away from LA, downtown LA. So it was a culture shock for me because growing up in Sacramento, when I moved out here to SoCal, when you know how you said about like bullying and stuff, I felt like I got bullied because of the fact that me being from Sacramento, obviously politics took place where like, oh, you're a buster, you know, stuff like that, like, you know, the politics, you know, north side, south side type shit, right?
I never understood the politics between the north and south. I just was always weirded.
I learned real fast.
So you're gonna have to, yeah. And it sucks because Sac's in the north, but it's still in the middle a little bit. So it's kind of like there's still both there. Like I know Modesto's the same way, right?
Well, no, Modesto is actually more in the middle. Sac is actually on top of the whole Bay Area.
Like, there it is. That's where it is. Okay.
Yeah, Sac is on top of every because you know, it goes San Francisco, Oakland, Vallejo, you know, Vacaville, whatever, Sacramento, and then
there it is. Okay, yes.
You know what I mean? So it's at the top.
Yes, it is.
Technically, Sacramento is not really considered the Bay Area. That's the valley of Northern California.
Okay, that's why I got. Okay.
So with me though, my favorite color growing up was red, right? And it's still to this day. My favorite color is red. So when I would always wear red, and I was always wearing the Sacramento Kings, you know, when the whole Sacramento Kings and Lakers, the whole rivalry. So I was in that situation. I was always like, oh, you a buster and this and that. You know what though? It made me stronger in a way that, like, I'm not gonna let myself be a statistic.
I bet you one thing I can call it right now. I bet you were that kid that didn't like gangbanging. I bet you were that kid like, I like music, I like this shit that I do, hip hop. I just don't understand this gangbang shit.
Now
I'm not part of.
I wasn't
or did you gangbang?
I didn't gangbang, but my family did. My family, you know, obviously affiliated and stuff like that. I wasn't the gangbanger though. I was the one that liked to play sports.
Okay, there it is.
Like to play sports and music.
You were like Ricky on Boys in the Hood.
Right. So, you know, I was the
one. You're gonna make it.
You're gonna make it. So, you know, I was that one, but obviously I knew what was going around me, you know, with at 5 years old, my dad left.
Yeah.
Right after that, my brother got locked up for BS and shit. So I was.
So now it's time for you to grow up. You got to grow up to be a man.
I grew up real fast. And I do want to mention one thing right now.
You were cheated out of a childhood that way?
Of course. Of course.
So, I think when you're throwing in
right now. we're doing this interview today. It's August 17th. 9 years ago today, rest in peace, paz descanse, my dad passed away 9 years ago today.
Wow.
So when he left, when I was 5, my brother got locked up right after that, right? My older brother,
Okay.
the one that always he was always like, you know, like the father figure, right?
Big bro, best friend, everything. Yeah.
Fast forward to 2012, August 16th, my brother that got locked up when I was 5 gets taken by the feds.
Oh, wow.
Hours later, my dad passes away.
Wow.
Talk about deja vu. Talk about reliving my childhood all over again.
Yeah, wow.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, when it comes to like the whole politics bullshit, you know, the bullying, I felt like it helped me to boss, you know, basically like boss up, like, nah, hell nah. And I have my music to help me. You know,
Made you feel confident, right? Made you feel confident. It made
me
you
feel confident.
Yes, there it is.
You know, it made me feel confident.
It did for me. It did the same thing for me, brother.
And you know, hey, let's keep in mind, when I was young, I looked like a nerd. I had glasses, you know, a little chunky dude. I was, you know, like a little nerd. So they used to always like, you know, whatever, it is what it is. But I'm not gonna make that be my how can I say, my label. I use that and I turned it into a positive, and I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna let these fools fucking talk to me like that. It is what it is.
Watch this, brother. I'm gonna give you the easiest way, and for the fans and for the people, for the young people, especially watching, this is the trick, and this is what you have to understand. You, as the person receiving the words, are what give the words power. If right now you were to call me something out of my name, it would be up to me to register that when I hear it, if I want to be mad. Do I want to be mad? Do I want to take that? That's what I learned my strength is. My strength is I don't register none of your words. I don't care if you don't like me. If you have a reason not to like me, then I'm gonna hear you out because maybe I've done something to you or I've wronged you. Then I'll hear you out. That there's a difference. But if I don't know you and I have never met you and you just want to say something to me or whatever, that's the easiest shit to bounce off of me. I think it's when you allow people into your circle, you allow people in your space, and those are the ones that have the words that can hurt you. Now, I would rather have somebody hit me or we'd fight fisticuffs than just be so wordy. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example, brother. I had a partner a while back, and for some reason, he just couldn't. Like when he get mad, he would say some awful things, bro. And the one thing that my mom always told me was, watch how people treat other people because they're gonna treat you like that one day. And I always saw that trait of that person. I said, well, you know, but I had patience. I had patience and understanding with the homie, and I had love for the homie. So it was more like, hey, homie, I accept you for who you are. So if that's the way you are, that's the way you are. Until it turned one day on me, and some things were said that I had to think and say, when it registered in my mind like an alarm went off. Not a friend, not a friend. This is not a person you need in your life. Get rid of them now. These words, they really mean them. Remember that. They're saying it, they're meaning them. And the whole thing just alarmed myself to where I just said, you know what, bro? I forgive you, of course. I'm not mad at you because if I allow you to let me, if I the things that were said to me would draw any person out to pretty much put a green light on somebody. And that's just on some real shit. But I didn't do that. I said, I'm not going to let that bother me. I don't care. I don't care. Nobody can take away my self-worth. See, every day I know I wake up, and you know what I wake up with, brother? I wake up with $1 million in my pocket. it's not physically there, but I know that I made $1 million off my music already. That's lowballing myself. But knowing that I've already done it, I can walk like I have it. And it's not about the money and that. It's about like you guys, not meaning you, but people that want this place. They're like, I want to be where you're at. You got to understand, like, you're already there if you've accomplished your dream. See, AJ, you can say right now that, oh, Zig, well, I never really, like I did what I wanted to do, but I didn't really make it. Well, what's the definition of making it though? See, you have to put your limits to yourself. I always told myself I want to be on the radio. Check, that checks off already. I when I wrote AZ Side, I didn't know it was gonna take off for the world to love your boy Zig. I just thought I was gonna get a little bit of love in Arizona and be able to get into the club for free. Right. That's real talk. That's all I wanted was, hey, I'll get in the club and they're gonna show me a little bit of love. That's all I need. Nothing else. Then it took off from there. And like I said, it's the thought process, pimp. Everybody in life has gone through bullying, and that's what I'm reaching out to these youngsters right now and saying, look, cyberbullying, that's the funniest shit ever to my life, because if you're being cyberbullied, what do? Turn off your fucking computer.
Yeah.
Like, how are you letting that hurt you to the point where, oh my God, I'm getting bullied. I have to kill myself. And I'm not putting a stretch on suicide, but I'm saying we got to be a lot more headstronger.
Right.
As being used. Like now, bullying is, you could call a girl, like right now they're trying to break down where you can't say certain things anymore. Like you can't even call a girl anymore, bro.
Right.
That offends me. That offends me. It's transgender.
Let me ask you a question. Is it wrong to be too nice?
Yes. Unless you know how to use it. It's the art of war, pimp. You got to learn when to put it on and when to play dead, when to play rough, when to be the boss, when to be the
okay worker. So when it comes to like your friends, is it bad to be too nice to your friends? And I'm gonna say this.
Too nice if you're putting them in front of you. If you're putting them in front of yourself and your
family, that's what I've done.
Then you're gonna always end up last.
Exactly. So
because you got to look at it this way. Do they ever put you first?
Exactly. So that's what I was going to speak on right now, because there's a situation that occurred. So whatever, like I helped out a friend of mine, and I gave him a place to stay and this and that. So a situation happened not too long ago where it could have been, how can I say, it could have been not where it was, like escalated to like where it was if he would have just said, no, it wasn't AJ's fault. All I did was help him. I gave him a place to stay. I helped him out numerous times. And there was a situation where another friend of ours basically said that it was my fault that some shit happened. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. Hell nah. When the other friend could have been like, actually, no, it wasn't AJ's fault. He didn't say that. So then it let the situation escalate. I'm like, you know what? At this point, long story short with that, I'm at the point now where it's like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, if you're not riding with me, it is what it is. I helped you out.
But I'm gonna break down the best example of what it was broke down to me. In life, we're all visiting the arcade games. Okay, this is where me and you are all playing games. Me and you have decided to play a game called the music industry.
Okay.
So in games, when you play a game, it goes by levels and characters you got to beat.
Right.
So what I've learned is people are just characters in my life that I allow into my life because I decided to play the game.
That part, yeah.
So that character is basically powers and weaknesses. So the power could be hey, this guy is gonna fucking take advantage of you. He's gonna fucking take your publishing. He's gonna do all this. He's gonna do all that. But and then that's the character you have to be. So you get to that character, you learn that character, you beat him, and then you guess what? You can never get burned by that character again because you've learned who that guy is. So the next one is another person. And this person's even sneakier. They're going to run more circles around with you without knowing. So what? You have to learn that level. That's what life is about. It's the characters you allow in your realm to come play the game with you. If you, it's like you invited your friend, right? You invited your friend to come live with you. Now, that right there in itself should be where he should say, hey, I respect you, my friend. I don't even care what anybody says about you or us. You've already shown me what this is about. He let words and other things get in the middle of that to where he even probably didn't even care that you let him live at your house. He probably didn't even care that he ate your food.
Right.
Because again, somebody already took that away from him by him looking at you, by helping him out. So that's why your situation, you're done with that character. You've already learned that character. So that character in your life is gone. That was the guy that was in my group. I had to let that character go. And I learned from him. Thank you. But I had to learn. And now is it up to me? Because fool me once, cool. Fool me twice, that's my fucking fault.
Right.
So if you allow this person to come stay at your house again after all this, bro, that's your fault for whatever comes. I don't care what it is, dog.
That's true.
And it's because you allowed the vampire to come into your home. That's the only way a vampire can come into your house, dog, is if you invite them. So all these, you know what? This is the perfect time to say this. I just watched a breakdown on Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now they're showing this kid from being a kid that started out working in a bodega and just a grocery store, and supposedly somebody telling them, hey, you want to do some rap music? This kid literally influenced the Bloods, bro. He went, he said, hey guys, I'm going to shoot a music video. If I pay you guys this much money, can you guys be behind me, and can I wear the rags? And they took it, bro.
Right.
See how quick somebody let that door open? The vampire came in. So the first video that you see Tekashi in with the Bloods, there's like 20 pounds of marijuana on a car, bro. And they got guns, they got money. What did he do, bro? He infiltrated them to show their ass. Because and that's the vampire that gets invited. Don't be open and invite people into your life. That's like you meeting somebody tomorrow, AJ, and all of us. He sounds like he's cool. He sounds like he's fun. Like he's a good ass producer, singer, and you didn't know you fucking invited that vampire to come in your house, homie.
You're right.
You didn't read him. You didn't allow the time. You got too close and too personal too quick. That's true. Where everybody fucks up in life, dog. Women, men, relationships, business.
Preach, brother, preach.
So what I've learned how to do, dog, is say, let me analyze it. Let me look at it from a bird's eye view, 360, so that I know that I'm making the right choice. Because if I look at a situation, I say, well, what can happen bad? What can happen good? How am I going to lose this? How am I going to lose that? What if this happens? Then I make my decision. I don't go off of even people. The best way to, let me tell you, the best way to read people out there that are watching this, see how people treat their children. See how they treat their family, how they are with their mother and father. And that will show you the character you're playing against. And I've met a lot of people. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad. But the one thing that I won't allow myself to do is be suckered again, homie. I will not allow the vampire to come into my home ever again, because I know what the vampire looks like. I played the game so long. That's the final character, homie, you have to beat. You have to beat the guy that can walk into your home and take everything from you and suck you dry, bro. That's
Everybody listen to what Zig Zag saying. It's honestly, it's truth. It really is truth, man. It really is. Let's switch
we're
it up
just
on
at
some.
a point, in life where we need to trust. We need to trust, but have boundaries.
Exactly, exactly. Let's switch it up on some positivity, right?
Yes.
Some
Yeah.
positivity. All right.
Yeah. I got
What
some
does
funny.
Zig Zag got coming up in the future, in the present? What you got coming out? What can you tell the fans out there, the MB Rider fans, the Zig Zag fans, everybody out there? What can you tell them right now what you got?
I do apologize for the wait on the music. I wish MB Riders would have came back a little earlier in time, but I think music needs to change already anyway. So
Right.
I believe
For a while.
our music might be needed. So I think this album we're dropping very soon is going to be something that makes people think again and say, wow, I remember this feeling. It's going to be different, but it's going to be the same. The difference will be the production in the sense of we need to stay in time. We need to stay where things are at. But the concepts and the material will be the same in the sense of good, wholesome Chicano love music, something that's gonna make you feel good and walk away hearing the album saying this is what I'm gonna live to for the next couple years. I'm gonna do my makeup to this. I'm gonna barbecue to this. I'm gonna go to a party and play this. I'm gonna play this in my room by myself when I'm hurting. I really believe that's what MB Riders music did for people. It was a part of their life.
Oh yeah, definitely. I could say that myself.
I want to create that brand again. So that's what we're working on now is getting that momentum going in the studio, working again, producers.
Can you tell us who you're thinking of having as a feature on the album? What producers you're working with?
I got my boy Symes Carter out of Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
If you don't know who he is, he's produced music for Little Rob, Amanda Perez. He's got the Oh No hit. If you've ever heard the song on TikTok, Oh No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's him. That is Symes Carter.
Okay.
He's a hit maker. So we know for sure we're gonna be working with him. I'm producing some music for it. We also have Tony Talkbox some music. I mean, honestly, right now, I gotta say we haven't really formed in the sense of who we're gonna put on it or not. I just know we have a lot of outlets to go to. You know, Bash said he's down to rock one for us. Big Gemini is part of the Rider Camp. You know, I would love.
Me and him got a record like that. We did like a few years ago, man. Badass record.
Oh, Big is a monster, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's part of the Rider team. We're going on tour with him, taking him on tour with us. Okay. And honestly, man, I'm working on my Zig Zag album. I've had a lot of albums that I've put out, but I was just lazy to register them and put them on Spotify. And I was just like, you know what, you guys keep that fucking music. Just take it. So on the road, I sold a lot of records. I've done, I had a record called Home Sweet Home, Fast Life, Center of Attention. From Center of Attention, I did the Stewie Brothers Surf and Turf record. I produced and mixed and mastered that. Then I did the Movement album. From the Movement album, I'm Still Riding, and then I'm Still Riding. I did From Zags to Riches, and then from there, and then these are a lot of albums now that are starting to take form and get put out there. And to be honest, man, I'm working on writing a movie.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a funny one, bro. It's fucking hilarious. It's a adventure movie, one of those type where you know, another homie of mine and we're trying to get to its destination, and there's a lot of shit that goes on. That right now is in the working. I've already wrote it. I'm working on the dialogue part of it. I've reached out to Felipe Esparza to play a part in there.
Okay, the comedian.
He did get at me, and he said just send him the script. thing is that this is my first time ever writing a movie, so I didn't really. I wrote the plot and the story and
Hey man, you
the
got to get
details.
more concrete on that.
Well, somebody, man. Like I said, it's still open, bro. We're still there. I have a director already. He's out of San Antonio. He's already gave me the price and everything. It's gonna go down. And one thing that I really want to do is get into the entertainment business by saying I want to become a BET of my uh, urban Latino thing where I feel like we're not represented right. I feel like there's not a filter that cleans us up to say, hey, this shit is hurting us.
Right.
Because there's a lot of artists that are Chicano artists, and I don't want to say it to be disrespectful, but the reason we haven't leveled up in the game is because we haven't leveled up in the mind frame of
Right.
how we do things, how we represent ourselves. Look, bro, I did a show in Bakersfield. It was the MB Riders. It was Mr. Capone, Dominator, and somebody else, and this girl named Sad Girl. Now, I'm not talking stuff about any of these artists, but what the vibe they brought to the concert. Now, it was gangster, real gangster, to where this homegirl, Sad Girl, was on stage throwing up her set, calling other people out, and it became a riot, homie, to where the writers didn't even get to go on stage. They were shooting outside. I don't want that atmosphere.
You don't want to be a part of that.
I don't want to be part of anything like that. I don't even want to be nobody to even get hurt at my shows. Like imagine, brother, what I would have to live through if I knew a kid got killed at my show because of a gangbanger that couldn't control.
They would say, "Oh, it's because I was at a Zig Zag show
or an MB Rider show."
MB Rider show.
And what hurts that is that the group looks bad. Oh, I'm not going to their shows. They have shootings. I've heard about their group. Bro, we've literally had cities ban us from places because of Chicano rap.
Right.
Whoever went there previous killed it for us. They didn't. Right. And that bothered me, brother, because it made myself say to myself, like, why are we stuck here? Why are we stuck right here, right now? Like, why can't we advance? We've already advanced in the sense of the way we are, just they don't show it. And so what I did is I started this website. I'm working on it now, but it's going to be a movement, and it's called I Am Latin Hip Hop.
Say that again.
I am Latin Hip Hop.com. Now I've started working on the site and getting everything together, but basically it's going to be a community and a filter and a movement for everybody who's Latin in the game that has that hip hop, whatever music you're doing. I want to filter that. I want to be able to give. I'm kind of looking at it like MySpace,
right?
Where you have your own page, you have your own merch, your own jukebox. People can buy your song, they can buy your merch, everything. You just register to my thing. We create the page for you if you want. It's so much to get the gold package. The gold package, we can design your merch for you. We can if you don't have merch, we'll make that shit for you.
Right.
I want to really help take the game to another level. And it all starts here first, And my thing is I think it's time to take Latin hip hop to the whole different. Exactly. And the reason why I said this is because I used to hate that word, Latin hip hop. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I used to hate it because
I agree with you.
Because I was put in a box. I feel like, man, you keep putting me in this box, bro. You keep putting me in this box, right? But listen to this. This is when I finally learned something. The box is we can't even get out of that.
Right.
So what do we need to do, brother? We, as the Latin people, what do we do when we get something that like, okay, let's say you got an old Monte, old Monte Carlo, and there's a old school low rider dude. What do you want to do with that car? You're gonna make it beautiful.
Right.
You're gonna decorate it. You're gonna put all your hard work, money, everything, right? And you're gonna bring attention to that fucking car.
Right.
We need to decorate the box of Latin hip hop the same way we do our fucking cars, so that they can come look at us.
We can show it off.
And then it's like, you ain't gonna get this anywhere else now, homie.
Right.
You put us in the box, now you can't get it anywhere else. But we need to clean the game up. We need to get rid of certain artists. And I'm not gonna mention any names because I think those artists will take offense. But what I'm saying, your energy and what you're creating and what you're manifesting our children to become is not of God, is not right. It's I see how it hurts these youngsters. I see this gangster mentality, how oh, you know, you got to be this way, or you got to be this cartel dude, or whatever it be. Look, you're leading the wrong path, and you're doing it all for what? For money, for fame, for
clout.
Like no, man. Like that's why I stopped certain things in my life, brother. I said, okay, I'm not gonna worry so much about the imagery of who I am. I want the imagery of what my people look like. What do we look like as a unit? You know what I mean? And that's why I decided to do I'm Latin Hip Hop .com, because I feel like we all need one home with one umbrella to say, hey, we all stand here, and you can't fuck with none of us unless you fuck with all of us.
Hey, you gotta let me know when that actually, you know, officially launched.
I would say it's gonna launch within a year or two.
Okay.
Because I got somebody working on the website for me. But the thing for me is, I kind of got my hand in a few things. That's one thing, because it kind of coincides with the other. And like I told you, I'm starting a new clothing line for my son. Right. And that's the next thing, is to decorate our kids, to dress our kids, to give them empowerment. His line's gonna be called Little Kings.
Ooh, nice, Little Kings.
Yeah, because his name is Roman Ray, R-E-Y, for the king. And I just say, you know what, mijo, I have to raise you to be a king, because I live life
right.
In a sense, I didn't live like a king. I lived like a person that had to make a king. Right. And now I'm there. Right. And I want to empower all our children, brother, like that. I want all our boys and girls to feel that empowerment, so that, you know, let me tell you why. Is because that power is what gave me the strength to never give into bullying. Right. It never gave me into, like, you can't take me off my road, no matter what you do. The only way you can do it is kill me.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Other than that, you cannot move me. You can't move me. So that empowerment
right there.
But think about it, brother. How many kids really feel like that?
A lot of kids.
They don't feel like they're powerful, bro. They feel like they're miserable. They feel like they're worth nothing. This last weekend at our shows, bro, it was at a reservation, and the reservation areas are very I don't want to say popular, because that's the wrong word to say.
Right.
There's an epidemic of suicides. People cut themselves. And I seen this little girl, bro. She shook my hand and she was so happy to meet us, but you could tell she had scars. She was cutting herself. And I said to myself, remember, you're somebody. Remember, you're beautiful. God don't make ugly, homie. I don't care. I don't care who you are, bro. Like that's the thing we've been tricked into, brother. And if we're gonna finish anything off in this interview, this is what I want to say is, don't let TV, don't let rappers, don't let your entertainers tell you what beautiful is. Just know what beautiful is, and that's who you are as a person. When you look in the mirror, just know you're beautiful. Don't give a fuck, man or woman, kid, child, old, young. You're a piece of this world. We're all broken, bro, but we all fix each other. I have a piece that you don't have. You have a piece that I don't have. So what did we do tonight? We came together and we made this fucking podcast.
Exactly.
And now this message is going to be even more powerful, pimpin'.
Man, and on that note, honestly, I want to let you know, like straight up, I really do appreciate you coming on to Off the Hook with AJ. Man, it's been a blessing. It's not going to be the last time, man. I want you back. I want you back. And everything that you said, I really do appreciate, man. And the message that you gave today is legendary.
I appreciate that. Next time I'm gonna bring those along, man. We're gonna have an MB Rider interview.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Hey, where can everybody follow you at?
Right now, you can follow me on Facebook. Just look up my name, Ricardo Martinez, and then you'll see it'll be Zig Zag. You had to give my real name, but I kept that page because I wanted a piece of my personal life out there.
That my Facebook page is Adrian Gonzalez.
Yeah, so because I want people to know, hey, I'm a real person too.
Yeah,
I'm not Hollywood. I'm hella hood.
Hey, no, honestly, though, Zig Zag, man, I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule, man, and giving us this this great interview, man. You know, letting us into your world. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for letting me speak my world, and you coming to visit. You can also hit me on Instagram, zigzag_MB Riders. And if you're looking to book the riders or just see what we got going on, go to riderstylesentertainment.com. That is our official website at the moment. And like I said, AJ, one of many, salute to all your success of what you're doing. Thank you for putting the message out.
Yeah, thank you.
Motherfucker you get in the ring with, knock them out for me. Next time we'll get into some boxing, brother. I know this is your main thing.
No. Hey, I love it, man. I love what you brought to the table today, man. And like I said, it's an honor for me to do interview with you, man. Honestly.
Thank you, AJ.
Straight up, man. So you guys can follow us at Off the Hook with AJ.
Yeah.
You guys can follow me at AJAY_media_. And till next time, thank you, Zig Zag, for everything. Sure. And I really do appreciate you, boss.
All right, brother. God bless you. Take care.
You too, brother. All right.